Hey, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like.
Hi, this is Velisa, and you can call me Vels if you want. And this is the Everybody Hates HR podcast, episode 95. Woo. We are getting there.
We are.
95.
Wow, yeah, because we only have a few weeks before our show.
Yeah. The alternative Christmas party. Get your tickets.
I don't even know what week this is going to come out, but if you ain't got your ticket now, I don't know for you.
Yeah, for real. You'd be lucky to get one by the time this episode comes out.
Let's get straight into it.
Because Velisa has things that she really wants to see.
Same. Okay, so what's been going on?
The budget.
Yay.
Woo. Not really. But do you know what? This is the first budget I feel very indifferent about. I don't have any real strong feelings towards it because I feel like for the first time in a long time, they've at least attempted to try and get the rich. You know, with
there's Labour in it.
Yeah, like with the private jet stuff and all of that stuff. Like I feel like they are trying. So I feel very indifferent.
Yeah, I feel like with the like private jet tax and all that kind of stuff, they can just swallow it. Genuinely, like it's like even though they're taxing the rich, they're not going to care. They will care, but they won't be impacted in terms of it's not going to affect their lifestyle. Whereas actually some of the other stuff could affect people's lifestyle and it could be the choice of being able to have and not have for some things. So yeah, I'm fine about it. The NI stuff, obviously they're increasing employers' NI from 13.8% to 15%. And obviously that might, I don't know if it will, but it could have an impact on hiring. Because obviously when you increase, there's just cost basically, right? And for large companies, obviously 1.2% doesn't seem a lot, but when you add up the cumulative effect of it, that could be 2, 3, 4 heads in a company that it adds up to be. But it is what it is. I mean, I think it's yeah, they said they wouldn't increase taxes on individuals, so maybe that's why they did that. But yeah, I don't know if it will have an impact on how many vacancies there are and if employers are willing to.
Do you think it will impact people getting salary increases and stuff like that?
I don't know, because I think salary increases are really driven by the people. Like you can't just not give people salary increases. You can, but I'm saying like a lot of there's a pressure the pressure comes from the people and the people won't stop putting the pressure. And and obviously the silent part is a lot of these companies, they don't have to pass on the cost. Like it's the assumption that okay, well, we'll have to. You don't have to pass on the cost.
That's true.
If you work at, let me just target the old people. If you work at BP, you can swallow 1.2%. You can. You make enough money, but the temptation will be like, okay, we can't. Like they don't want to just swallow it. They want to find a way to
cover it.
Yeah. But you don't have to pass it on to the employees. It's actually very much for most companies a complete option not to pass that on to employees in some way, shape, or form. Like. Just do anything else. So I don't know about that. But for small companies, they increase the NI. So obviously I will be paying more employers NI now. But
this affects you.
In theory, but they also increase we have like an employment allowance. So every year I get £5,000 because I'm a small business towards, I think all businesses get it actually, or is it just small businesses? But obviously £5,000 NI for a big company is nothing. But I don't know if it's all businesses or small businesses, but I get it. So £5,000 of my employer's NI is offset and they've increased that to £10,000. So I won't feel it because it won't make any difference for me. Okay. So for small businesses, it's kind of not a big deal. Small businesses.
It's not that deep then.
For small businesses, but most people will pay more than 10k in national insurance. Yeah.
Fair. I saw that stamp duty is going from 3% to 5% on second homes. Like, what is it?
Haven't you done enough?
Like, please, like.
But do you know what? Yeah, like people will say, and it does link into this stuff with Taylor, Yasmin.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should talk about that.
People think that if you have a second property, you're literally rich. But there's so many reasons why you could have a second property. You could have I don't know, there could be two of you. You might have, like, it could be communal property or whatever it is, but it doesn't make you rich. And I think people are saying, okay, well, you can afford it because you don't know the situation. A lot of people, so let's say I was to rent out my property and go and buy something with my boyfriend or whatever. I'm probably, given what I pay on my mortgage and what the rental thing, I'm probably not going to make that much money. So it's not like you're some sort of mogul or whatever. So I think the whole idea of like, well, if you have a second property, you're reasonably well off. And I think, to be honest, compared to other people, you probably are. But it's not like you're rolling in it if you have a second property.
Did you
third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, maybe?
Did you see the couple, actually, the old couple that were complaining about how they now have to get jobs in their 70s, but they own 60 rental properties?
No. I mean, I don't think if you own 60
they were like
rental properties,
getting like Rachel Reeves for the budget, saying like she's the reason. And I was like, you lot have 60 properties and saying you have to go back into work because
no, that's crazy.
Yeah,
they need to start liquidating some of that stock, boy.
Like, for real, like you could sell like 2 of those and that's your pension right there.
What? No, that can't. There must be more to that story.
Let me find it. Because that's all the things have, all the stories like in relation to Yasmin as well have all been around people's salaries and how far they stretch and all of that stuff.
So while you're looking for it, I'll do the Yasmin part.
Yeah.
So a while ago, you guys might remember we had Yasmin Benjamin on the podcast. It was an episode, can't remember what episode it was. It was called 6 Figure Tech Mummy, and she is like an engineering manager, and she spoke about like kind of her journey and stuff. That was way back in 2022. So she went viral on Twitter years ago because she basically she wrote some article on Medium about how to become a 6-figure tech goddess or something, and she shared her salary that she earned 120k or something in tech and how she got it. The internet, mainly Black Twitter, did not deal with that well. Some people dealt with it well, but other people were like, oh, she's showing off, why she's showing her salary, like really toxic stuff, and they basically ran her off the Twitter streets. And then she had basically contributed last week to it came out last week to a BBC article about cost of living and the budget and stuff like that. In that, she said that her salary is 150k now, and what she does is she's like a senior personnel tech consultancy firm. And I think the internet dealt with it slightly better, especially Twitter, but a lot of people were saying like negative things because the point of the article was not look how much I earn. It was talking about how much she earns and then, you know, how it works for childcare, how much of her salary she spends on childcare, how basically she manages the money. And she didn't complain about it, but she basically said that she doesn't get any help towards childcare because obviously she earns a lot. But then obviously the connotation there is that childcare still costs money even if you earn a lot of money. And there was one woman in particular who, I think her tweet went kind of viral. She screenshot from the article and she said, oh, Yasmin, F off, basically, like, why are you complaining? Look how much money you earn, blah, blah. And the whole thing was just stank of like, you know, I'm upset because you earn more money than me. But I just need people to realize that you're not looking at the right people. If you want to look at wealth disparity and, you know, rich, poor, 150k, yes, it's a lot of money, but they're not rich.
They're not. And the whole point of the article, 'cause she was one of many, is to highlight, you know, I earn this much, but look how much I'm spending. And there's somebody else with 2 kids who's a single mum who...
Oh, yes, she's a single mum.
Yeah, who doesn't have the money to spend on this childcare, but still needs to work or still needs to do what they need to do. And it's just like, when I saw all the comments on not just Yasmin, just the different articles in general, I just thought of the Monzo CEO straight away, because he was on, I don't like him, too tough, but he was on the CEO Diary.
Okay.
And he was basically saying why he shifted Monzo to the US.
Okay.
And was saying it's just due to the lack of innovation, the lack of productivity, the lack of imagination.
He said we're miserable and bad vibes.
Yeah, he said,
I don't know how to work anymore.
He basically said London is a rich city attached to a poor country. And he basically said, my business, it's not going to grow here. Like, I have to move everything to the US because that's where the innovation is. That's where the money is. It's
giving Dumps and Idris.
Like, do you know what I mean? Though, like, and it really stuck with me because all the reactions to these different financial scenarios that the BBC published were just like, this is really the UK. All your responses is, this is what the UK is all about. Like, and I just thought, yeah, this is why someone like Yasmin has to, you know, not talk about her salary anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's just not going to get her anywhere.
We were in a live and she actually said, we were in a live together on TikTok, and she was like, she's no more salary transparency, she's done now. There's no other purpose. Yeah. But some people were actually really supportive. I was gonna say some people actually really awful. Both ways. People kind of went both ways. But I think the impact that she had from like being transparent and stuff was really important, because like different people exist. Like, you could have easily done that article. On the other side, there was a woman who is disabled and she was taking home £33,000 in benefits, obviously across all the different types of support that she gets. And people were like, this country is so bad vibes. But people were like, how can she be taking 33k? How can she just go to work? I'm like, disabled. Like, she literally has barriers to going to work. She is physically, I can't remember what she had, but she's like physically in pain. Like, she can't just go to work. And the whole idea that like, if you're disabled, then yeah, okay, we can give you something, but you need to struggle. And I'm like, no. And that's where, even though from an employment law perspective, I can't stand it, but that's where countries like the Netherlands and Germany and all these countries are so much better, because if you do need support from the government, I just don't think that people expect you to starve. Like, if somebody needs help from on a short-term basis, if they're unemployed, or in a long-term basis, if they have, you know, a disability or any other barrier to work, they should get to live a decent life.
Yeah, 100%.
It shouldn't be like, okay, yeah, fine. Like, if like people on benefits, they think that they should struggle. I don't really agree with that. I know that there's some people that take the piss, so we can't, you know, have people living lavish lifestyle. But someone like, let's say me, if I end up losing my job or losing my business, whatever, I fell on hard times, and the government said, okay, we're going to subsidize you. I don't think I need to live like a millionaire, but I feel like I would appreciate if that money that you gave me would be enough to maintain a decent standard of living for the time that I need it.
Yeah. I just think UK as a whole are just very miserable when it comes to that kind of stuff. And it's, while you're not looking at the fact that we're not making enough money here, like 150k is a lot of money, but it shouldn't be seen as much. Like, okay, how do I get to 150k? Or
we shouldn't even need to be at 150k.
Yeah, why does it need to be so high for us to live decent standard of living? It's just annoying, because in the US, 150k is...
I was about to say to you, so last week's episode I mentioned that my cousin Laura was here, and I was talking to her a lot about work and stuff, and while she was here, one of her team, she works at a very highly secure place in it, but while she was away, her one of her team members resigned. So I might have to cut out the podcast. But anyway, I was just talking to her about salaries in general, and I was telling her the salaries, and she was like, oh, so is it? She's like, it doesn't really seem very cheap to live here. I was like, it's not. She was like, and I was telling her like the average salary, what people earn, the different jobs. She's a product owner, so I was like, if you were here, this is what you might. And she was disgusted. She was absolutely disgusted. Like, she was just, and she'd been saying like all week, I'm basically a Londoner now. When I said that, she tore up that flag and she wanted to run back to the US and make America great. Yeah. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, it's just the wages haven't kept up with the cost of living at all.
Are just so cheeky. Like, I have like recently just been looking on LinkedIn and looking at different job roles just to see what it's like. And some of the ER roles that I've seen, I saw one and it was asking for this much experience and managing this many people in this many countries, all of this stuff for 60k. I said, what? It was like 13 different countries. It was a big pharma company as well. So I was like, 60k for what? You're gonna find a mug basically.
Yeah.
Who,
and that you're gonna overload of work, and literally you're planning to underpay them. That's crazy.
Literally, I said there's absolutely no way. Like, I was so like, this country is wicked. And this particular pharma company, they have moved from outside London to inside London, which tells me,
without increasing the rate of pay.
This is what I'm saying, which you came to London to hire different diverse talent, right? But you're giving a salary that's not London for that job role.
How many people reporting?
It was like 11 people.
That's not even
11 people.
Listen, what's the rule is always, if you can't share a pizza, 8 slices. If your whole team can't share a pizza, there's too many of you. Give me 8 direct reports, I'm going to say that's too many. 8. I know people that have 10, 12, 14 direct reports. That never makes sense.
I spoke to a director and he has 22 direct reports. And I was like...
That's just dumb.
I said, how? And he was like, he spends...
Some of them are managing themselves, sorry.
Yeah, he said like 70% of his time he's in one-to-one. But I was like, so what are you really doing?
He's a people manager.
Literally, like, what are you really doing? Because 22 people... Nah, sorry.
Nah, there has to be a better way to do it. He needs to elevate. Like, literally, I don't know the team, but can't he elevate 3 of them?
Do you know what I'm
split
saying?
between the 3? Like,
at least.
No.
Development plans, where are they? Like, come on, let's be serious, because that's not serious.
That's you can't manage a team of that many people. They're managing themselves and just letting you know some things.
Yeah, mad. But yeah, like salaries in the UK are just pathetic.
It's the salaries, when you look at them as numbers, they seem reasonable, but compared to the cost of living, and I'm really talking about London, especially here.
Yeah, I think we need to make that clear before the non-Londoners think, you know. Yeah,
but I've got a relative who is living in Huddersfield, and
my dad was born there.
Really?
Fact, yeah.
There we go. Living in Huddersfield, and apparently you can get a 3-bed house or they're looking for a 3-bed house at the moment, and the budget is $750 for rent.
For what house?
3-bed.
Is it? Yeah. £750?
Yeah, and they're seeing things in that
price range. Must be really nice.
£750 per month for a 3-bed house.
London could never.
God.
London would.
Do you know what? We can all
London
collectively.
Doesn't even want to.
No, but I've always like that kind of thing. I'm thinking, okay, I could actually do it strategically. If you, a couple of my other friends, if we all move up together, we can build a community. And it will be fun. We can do events.
Community where? Up in Huddersfield.
Yeah, in Huddersfield. We can build community, and then we can just.
Lola, shut up.
We can £750 for a 3-bed.
I know.
And I wouldn't even need to buy anything. I'm happy to rent, but pay that on rent.
Did Rachel Reeves talk about anything to do with rent? Because I feel like the pace.
No, but I don't know. But right to buy is growing.
Yes, on 16k, right?
That's crazy because right now it's
136.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But I was saying to you off air, like I'm kind of understand why it's been done.
Understand it. We don't have enough stock of houses to be letting some of them go, but go and build some houses then.
Yeah.
Go and build some houses. Yeah. Because stopping the right to buy is not going to, it will slow down the reduction of stock of council houses, but also the people who live in those houses will never let them go. They're not go, like, do you know what I mean? Like the people who were buying the right to buy houses, they were living in them. So whether or not those people would be able to buy on the open market is a different situation.
That's true.
So they'll probably just be stuck in the house anyway.
You know what? I have a family member who was on the waiting list for a flat for 5 years, and she finally got it. And it's in the because of where she's from West London, so the flat's in Chelsea. And I went there. I was like, this is nice.
She got until the 21st of November.
Huh?
21st of November.
Yeah, she's got... But I was like, even the road, you know those proper southwest, she's 5-minute drive from King's Road and stuff. I was like, nice. This is why you people are not leaving, because you're getting this for a quarter of the...
Yeah. But then also on the flip side, there's people who are in council properties that are poorly maintained, in terrible places. It's just, yeah.
I found the article, but do you know what you just reminded me?
Found what article?
About the 60 properties, the old people.
Oh, yeah.
But you just reminded me about the, oh my God, why's my mind gone blank?
On the flip side.
The documentary, that's the word I was looking for. That Channel 4 and the Times have done on the royal family's money and the funding. Yeah. And
diabolical stuff.
As I was reading, I kissed my teeth so loudly from the kitchen. My husband said, "Is everything okay?" And I was like, "No, it's not."
Give the rundown. It's nothing to do with HR, but go on.
So, just some of the simple facts that I saw were the royal family lease property to the NHS.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
And lots of charities.
Are you sick? Yeah. Why are you gaining so much money?
I'm just looking at
these public.
I'm just looking at it. There's so much.
Without sounding like a radical, we need to abolish them. I understand they bring in a lot of money, but they're clearly taking it all back.
But they don't.
What?
Listen, you royalists. The thing is, the people that are going to see Buckingham Palace, they ain't going to meet the king, so they're still going to go and see all of these things.
Exactly. So we don't need them. We don't need them. And it reminds me of another. Why do I keep? Do you know what it is? This is a random side note, but I watched a Netflix show called I Am a Killer, and the prisoner in it said,
I was going to watch that. With the woman, it's also woman, isn't it?
Loads of them. It's a series, yeah. But basically, one of the prisoners called a documentary, and it's stuck in my head. So that's why I keep
say documentary.
To say the word. But anyway, I forgot what I was gonna. Yeah, I was watching a documentary about the royal family, and it was about the time where we were really close to like trying to get rid of them, and like everyone was not here for the Queen and stuff, and that's basically why they found Diana to kind of bring that like love and fandom back to the royal family, because they were basically. Is
that why they brought her? Or they just.
It's one of the reasons.
Did they know that she was going to become that? That what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that it was very intentional to find somebody like Princess Diana at the time, and it was because they were losing people, that the public were just not here for the royal family, and that's where all the like punk t-shirts came from with the Queen and like the crossings out and graffiti and all of that. So
let's get back there.
I mean, and obviously Meghan wasn't going to help them because, big up her.
She tried.
Yeah. So I just feel like
here it says their contracts with public bodies are said to include a £37 million agreement between the Duchy of Cornwall and the Ministry of Justice to lease Dartmoor Prison. That's just one prison. They're only making £37.5 million. I don't even know over what time period it is. It could be a year, could be 6, I don't know. 11.4 million deal between Guy's and St Thomas's NHS Trust to rent a London warehouse to store ambulances for over 15 years. So 11.5 million over, to store 15 ambulances. Just 15.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, it makes no sense.
The taxpayer funded sovereign grant will rise to 132 million in the next financial year. After profits, the Crown estate increased to 1.1 billion.
Abolish them.
Anyway.
Abolish them. Anyway, that's my radical side.
Yeah. What are we even talking about?
Can I go back to the couple after the budget?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so their names are Julie and John, and they dreamed of spending their twilight years sailing the world.
Okay.
But, based on Rachel Reeves' budget, they are among dozens of pensioners who have written their concerns it was a Telegraph they were in, and in their own words, they feel hung out to dry by Labour, and are still reeling from the loss of the winter fuel payments worth up to £300 per year, and suggest there is more pain to come for the country's elderly, including themselves. But they have invested in 60 buy-to-let properties in and around the Colchester area to supplement the pensions built up from their day jobs.
I'm sorry.
They didn't anticipate being forced to sell up their boat and go back to full-time work at the ages of 67 and 77 respectively. 60 buy-to-lets in and around the Colchester area.
You see the winter fuel payment, it's actually not for them.
Not for them.
The winter fuel payment is actually not for you.
Like, literally,
£300 for winter fuel payment, obviously,
that's what you want to moan about.
But £300 winter fuel payment, you don't need the £300 winter fuel payment. All of this kind of stuff. Literally, I have to sell my boat. It's giving my diamond shoes are too tight and my wallet's too heavy from all the money. Like, it's actually crazy. That's what happens when people can't read the room.
Literally, and that's why I feel indifferent about the budget. I don't think it's that terrible. We've had worse and like budgets.
We have had worse. It depends for the people. Like, I do think there was a clear with this budget. There was a clear agenda to eat the rich. There was a clear agenda to eat the rich, which I'm not mad at.
But they identified the correct rich. The issue has been that the people that they want to identify as the rich are not
150k people. And I'm not saying it's not a lot of money, but 150k, they're not the rich that are avoiding millions and millions of pounds in tax that we could really be enjoying.
Yeah, like, please leave us the hell alone. Not me, but like those people.
Do you want to be rich?
Yeah, of course.
No, but how rich before? Like, could you be a billionaire?
I don't need to be a billionaire. No, that sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Too much responsibility,
Yeah,
which is one of the things that turns me off about the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I don't need to be a billionaire. Millionaire, yeah, take that.
Yeah, I can be a millionaire.
Yeah,
like a low millionaire. I really don't need to be like a. I don't know.
This is why I always say God sees my heart, because I don't need that much money to like say, okay, I'm fine.
I think 1 or 2 million, I'll be really happy.
5 is my like.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I think new money. I think if you're new money, you have kids. Yeah, it's very possible. Like, I think that's a very hard situation to navigate, because like you have enough money that your kids don't maybe have to work as much, but you don't have enough. Got a little gloss on there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You have enough. Oh, well, wait, if that's again. Yeah. Yeah, you have enough money that you can really give a good life for your kids, but your kids can't ever get too lazy to think that, because that's not going to sustain them forever.
It's not.
They still got to work.
It's not.
So you have enough money that you can treat your kids nice, but you still got to teach them about working.
Yeah. 5 is my number.
Yeah. I don't think I need 1 million. I mean, I would like to have it, but again, we were talking about it earlier. What I think you need to live a good life, even in London, I think it's a lot less than a lot of other people think.
Okay, as someone, let's do single in a relationship and with a kid. As a single person in London, what do you think you need to earn to live comfortably?
I'm making decisions as a single person. 60k.
60k.
That's very
That's
nice.
high,
Yeah, but I think that's very nice living.
Okay.
Yeah, I think depends what you want to do. I genuinely think 40 to 45k you'll be fine
In London.
in London. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not saying that you're
in terms
gonna
of rent, all of that.
in terms of rent. Even if you wanted to buy something, you could buy something. Not gonna be in zone 4, zone 5.
Okay.
Yeah, a flat. Yeah. And I think if you want to live nice, you can make 60 to 70k and be very nice as a single person. You can still do activities. You can go on holiday. All of this is all managing your money. What do you think?
I think 50k as a single person is enough
To do what? What kind of life?
to rent or buy a flat and to go on holidays and to eat out and, just live a regular, like,
I think you can live all right for.
comfortable life. Yeah.
When I bought my flat,
Particularly if you have no student loan.
Yeah. When I bought my flat, I was on 55k.
Yeah, see? Yeah. So I think that's...
And I was, obviously it was 5 years ago, but
Yeah.
I was, yeah. Then I got a pay rise, but I got a change job. But yeah, I was fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, I say that I don't actually know what it was like, because I was on 55k, but by the time I moved into my property, I earned a lot more. I don't really know what it was like to. So, but I was able to get there.
Do you know what? When I was, I think 2018, I moved in with my friend Emma to a flat in New Cross, and I was on 35k at the time that we did it.
Yeah.
And it was £550 each for our rent, and bills were like nothing. But yeah, I was on 35k, and then that was in January 2018, and then by August 2018, I was on 55k, and yeah, it felt great.
Also,
I went bare places, boy.
That's what I mean. I did living as a single person, but flat sharing is not what a lot of people want to do, and I think that
Evan's one of my best friends. So
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
if you're living with a friend, that's fine. But if you want to, like, I think you could actually do. People will flog me, but I think you can do it for less. But 40, 45k, I actually think you can live by yourself. But you're gonna live out. You're gonna live out.
I was in New Cross, like slap bang, near the
You
station.
can't live in New Cross. You can live in Erith.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can live in Thamesmead.
That's true. That's true.
Might have a studio.
That's true.
Might have a little one bed.
I hear that.
But if you want to live a bit in, you're looking 55, 60, honestly.
Yeah.
And as a couple, you don't have to earn that much individually.
No, you don't. You could be on less.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it could be. I would say, I'm trying to think, like, not about me, because me.
No, but you live your lifestyle based on what you make, what you should, versus what you the lifestyle just that you want.
I would say a dink. Double
dual income,
yeah,
no kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would say in London, maybe like 30k each, 35k each. Yeah, 35k
40.
each. Yeah. You're going higher.
No, 35, 40.
35, 40.
I mean, obviously, 40 you can live. I think you can do it by yourself. But I'm saying you can live a good life with 2 people on 40k.
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good
you
life.
can.
You can buy pretty much not anything, but you can buy
a decent home.
A home in a reasonable
100%,
place.
Yeah.
People will be. I don't know if people will be listening thinking we're delusional or that they will agree.
But we've been on these salaries though.
Yeah, 5 years ago things were slightly different. 6 years ago for you, but yeah, they were slightly different. But I think you can. I also have friends that are single now, and I know what they earn, and some of them earn more, some of them earn less, and they're all fine.
Yeah, exactly. Kids now, I think it depends on like how many kids, and if they go if they go to nursery, as a couple with a kid, I would say
the cost of nursery is so high that it really just inflates everything.
It does. I would say a combined income in London of, I want to say like 85k, you know? Yeah, 85-ish. Yeah.
Wait, how did you, what? So how much did the child add? 25.
They cost a lot of money. Like my son.
You mean nursery specifically?
Yeah, nursery. Like my son doesn't even go nursery full time. And it's 3 days a week. And it's over £1,000 a month for free.
That is actually diabolical.
For 3 days a week.
That's so diabolical.
So if he went full time, like that would be, do you know what I mean?
That is so diabolical.
Yeah, one child, £1,000. Listen, when nursery stops, there will be signs. There will be signs.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's crazy. Because even if it's £1,000 a month, that's £12,000 a year.
Yeah.
Then you gross it up for tax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're looking at, you need at least another 15k.
That's what I'm saying.
16k to pay that.
That's no mortgage. That's no car. That's nothing. That's just nursery.
It's just literally, you need another 16k gross to. It could even be more than that actually, depending. Yeah, that's crazy. That is really crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
boy.
And then when you, I should probably save this for the next episode. But then when you earn X amount, you don't get child benefit.
Yeah.
Like you don't get help. You don't get any help with funding.
Don't let them hear this on Twitter. That's why they were dragging Yasmin. This is what she was saying, isn't it?
But that's the case though. Like, so then now there has to be extra money because you're not getting help with any of those things.
Yeah. Listen, someone needs to come up with some sort of childcare disruptor. Can AI look after kids yet?
Let me know when they can.
Can AI look after kids yet?
Let me know.
Because the thing is that there's no way of disrupting that market because kids are too precious.
Yeah.
Kids are too precious to play games with. I saw I don't even know if it was real, but I saw some women getting their eyelashes done by a robot on Instagram.
That's out of
I
control.
said, no, one false move, your eye
Literally,
gone.
that's it. Vision gone.
Yeah, I said no.
Nah.
But once they figure out how to
do that, would you leave your child with a robot?
Huh?
Would you leave your child with AI?
What kind? Like iRobot, like it's like Sunny.
Yeah, would you?
Not now, but once everyone starts doing it.
But yeah.
No, I wouldn't be the first. But the thing is, once everyone starts doing it, then probably
norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Robot nanny or whatever.
LOL.
I don't know, If I did it would have to be on like, in Humans. Did you ever watch Humans?
No, but I saw it.
Yeah, like when they're the synths. It has to be one of those ones that looks like a person, indistinguishable from a person unless you're looking at his eyes or something. Yeah. It would have to be like that. But I wouldn't want to leave my child with a robot. But if everyone started doing it, you'd do it too.
True. Anyway, there will be signs anyway when there's no nursery. You'll be like, please, what did you do this weekend? I'll be like, I just went to Punta Cana for the weekend. I came back.
It must be nice though. But that's what this is. We've really digressed, but I don't care. Someone was basically saying like a lot of parents are basically opting into private school now because once you're paying nursery,
Same difference.
you can afford private school basically.
Yeah.
So a lot of people look forward to the time where they stop paying nursery so that they can have that money. But they'll basically like, or you could just say we can afford it. Let's just continue paying it and pay for private school instead.
I hear that. One of my reasons for moving to the area we moved to is because there are a lot of good schools that are like state grammar schools, like just outstanding schools. So, because I want my money back.
Yeah. They say that what you save it in private school, it just goes into your mortgage.
You know what I mean? And do you know what it is as well? This is it's a side note, and I hope I don't offend anyone, but I know a lot of people who went private school that are not doing better than me or doing the same as me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like
I really
their
think
parents could have really gifted them that money.
I really think it depends on your child. Like your son, he's obviously very smart.
He's
very smart.
He is, but he's also a young boy that probably would do well in private school because there'll be somebody on his case. Less children around to like push him.
But you can do that. You can be the momager.
I'm like one of those parents. I don't give a heck. I am always negotiating with that terrorist. I'm literally like, if you do this, then what's the truck that you will get?
There was some article that was basically saying that like, when I see it, it's basically saying that the kids they can't read.
So, and I'm thankful because I saw the article about the school not potty trained, not being able to read, not being able to write. And do you know what? I saw people attacking like parents about it. And as a parent, I was like, oh, you can't do that because having a kid is a lot. Like I know, and I'm saying this as someone with a child that's been potty trained since they were 2.
Yeah.
And, you know, I played Lola a video of him like reading and stuff, and he's 3 now. So I don't fit into that category, but it's tough, man. Like even to potty train my son, I took a week off work. And I was like, he couldn't leave the house.
Dedication. The kind of dedication is someone should have to their child.
Yeah. But you have to find the time. Like, I have a friend who has 3 children. She didn't have the time to potty train her kid because she has another 2 that were younger. So he went to her mum's for her mum to potty train him.
Dedication. Problem solving. I'm so sorry, but like, no. I don't have kids today. You know, people say, you don't have kids, you don't understand. Cool. Maybe when I have kids, I'll change my mind. But for now, your kids should be potty trained by the time you send them to school. How old are they when they go to school? 4.
Yeah,
get out of here. I'm not talking about the odd mistake, the odd bed wet or whatever.
Listen, on Sunday,
4 years old,
I went out with my 3-year-old, and I was like a bit sad because I had nothing with me. I had no nappies, no bottle, no nothing, like no pram, nothing. It was just me and him rolling, and I was like, wow.
Like, no. And kids can't read because the parents are not reading to them when they're at home. And they're not involved. The thing is,
Not gonna lie, I have to force my child to read.
Yeah, because you're the parent.
Yeah, I have to force him.
Because you're the parent.
Yeah.
And number one, he shouldn't be reading anyway. Let's be real. What's a 3-year-old reading for? Like, 3-year-olds don't read.
No, but you must read.
Yeah, he's reading. But like, most 3-year-olds don't read. But you might read to them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But this is why nursery is good, I think. Because a lot of people are a bit funny about nursery and other people looking after your kids. And I mean, a lot of them are really young girls looking after my son. But they do a lot of that stuff for you, so that when you do it at home, it's not too foreign as well.
Yeah.
Like, they do help. So
yeah, it's fine, but it's like, I'm not talking about nursery, I'm talking about school. They're saying that the parents not reading with their kids at home or not reinforcing what they learn at school, and before they get to school,
just half an hour. Just half an hour. And
I'm not your target audience.
I know, but I know you can be tired on all of that stuff, but just half
you
an
have
hour.
the empathy of a parent.
I do.
I have the empathy of a childless person, child-free person talking about when I have kids, I did. Listen, when I have children, the first day of nursery, if they ain't potty train, flog me. But I promise you, I'll try my best.
Like, I get it, but do you know why I have empathy? Because I have those days where like my son will wake up extra early and I slide the iPads over. I'm like, take this, just so I can close my eyes for another 20 minutes. So I get it, but yeah, just find the time. But it's hard.
But apparently the kids, the reading age is like really depressed at the moment. Like, it's really gone down.
Yeah, that's not good. I try to show my son the benefit of being able to read. So like, we do monster truck names now and stuff, because, you know, him understanding that if he knows what that means, it's a benefit to him. Yeah, I think these kids are very advanced, you know, even if they're not
obviously not dumb because they have the iPad and blah, blah,
you just have to find what works for them.
Do you know what I saw which blew my mind? My friend's son on the iPad types in the names of the things that he wants, but he can't read. Like, 'cause when he was younger, he couldn't read. No, he was like 2 or 3, but he's typing in the iPad. But it's not that he can read. He just recognizes the pattern and the letters, and he knows what he has to type in to get the show that he wants.
Very advanced.
And I think they're obviously smart. They obviously have they're just grown up in a different way, the digital natives or whatever, this Gen Alpha. So they're not dumb. We're not making dumb kids, but like, I mean, look, we are the parents. Like, our generation is parents, and obviously, there's some of us are very sensible and very smart, and some of us. And on that note,
like, comment, subscribe.
Oh my God, that's a wrap, guys.